Hey, this is our lower body warm-up, slightly modified up on an elevated surface rather than down on the floor. You're gonna start with your hands on your hips. We're gonna just do some hip circles. So our toes are pointed forward. You're gonna send your hips out to the right, back behind you, out to the left. Tuck your hips under as you come forward. Good. You might hear some cracks. Just moving all the way around through that hip joint. And then reverse directions, back around. Make sure your back is flat as you're coming behind. Good. Squeeze your glutes as you come forward. Let's go one more. Perfect. Then we're going to step out to the side. So it's a side lunge. Feet are out nice and wide. Send your hips to the side, send your hips back. You should feel a stretch to the inner thigh of the leg that's straight. And then come up and switch sides. From the side, it'll look like this. Up, send your hips back as you come down. Good. 2 more on each side. Weight shifting back into my heels. And last one. Good. And we got hip circles with our knee driving up and around. You're going to take your knee over to your left hip, up, around, out, and back down. Then reverse that. Out, up, around, back down. Do that 2 more times each side. In, up, around, down, out, up, around, in. Good. Perfect. And then switch sides. Comes across to my right hip, up, out, down, reverse it. If you need more stability, you can hold on to a wall. And then we're going to take our foot up onto our elevated surface. Foot is planted on top. Send your hips forward, rock it back, rock forward, rock back. You'll feel a stretch that front hip flexor and quad, and then through your back glute. Good. And then take both hands down. You're going to take your right hand on your right knee and then press that knee just out to the side a little bit. A few little rocks. You'll feel that opening up through your right hip. And then we're going to do the rotations. You're going to bring your elbow down towards your knee and then hand up towards the sky. Good. That's 3. 2 more. Perfect. And then get your foot underneath you a little bit more. We're going to walk our body back, straighten out that front leg. So now you're feeling a stretch through that hamstring underneath that quad. And then shift forward into that hip stretch, backwards into that hamstring stretch. Just going forward and back. Good. 1 more. Forward into that hip stretch, back into that hamstring stretch. Perfect. Take that leg down, shake it out a little bit, and we'll do all of that on this other leg. Left foot up on top of your bench, your stool, whatever you have. Then we're just sitting forward into that lunge, and come back. Down. Take your left hand on that left knee and drive it out to the side a little bit. Open up through your hip a little more. And then we're going through those rotations. Your left elbow comes down to your left heel. Your hand comes up towards the ceiling. 2 more. Good, and then that hamstring stretch. So from this forward position, we're gonna shift back, straighten out that leg, feel a stretch through your hamstring. If you're not quite feeling a stretch when you're just upright, send your hips back, lean forward a little bit, and you'll feel that through your hamstring. And then shift forward to that deep lunge, back to your hamstring stretch, forward to that deep lunge, and back. Good, last one. Perfect, cool. And then bring that foot down. I'm going into 10 body weight squats. You can do them just floating in the air, or if you want to use your bench as something to sit back on, that's a good tool to send your hips back. So we're sending our hips back and down, tap to the bench, squeeze your glutes as you come up. Now weights towards my heels, knees are driving out wide. And then the last one's a reverse lunge. You're gonna lunge back, knee taps the ground if you can, twist towards your front leg, stand up, switch sides. If your knee can't get all the way to the ground, don't worry about it. Just go to about here and then twist, same idea, same thing. 10 total, 5 each side. I got 2 more. One. Perfect. Cool. Shake it out. You should be all set for your lower body workout.